The classic sales funnel. Before I talk about Facebook Messenger chatbots in further detail, I want to recap how the classic online sales funnel works. You have to remember how to sell stuff online so you can craft your overall Facebook Messenger chatbot strategy according to these basic rules. If you blow this, then even the most sophisticated Facebook Messenger chatbot is not going to help you. All you end up doing is wasting money. To sell anything, online or offline, you have to get people to trust you. When was the last time you bought something from a complete and total stranger? I would venture to guess that the answer is never. If that's your answer, you're a completely normal person because that's how most normal people think. You're not going to buy thousands of dollars or even dozens of dollars worth of merchandise from somebody you don't know. There has to be some sort of trust there. Maybe a friend referred you, or maybe you have read something online that got your confidence. Whatever the case may be, there has to be some sort of trust. Otherwise, you're not going to pull the trigger. If that's how you think, then you have a pretty good understanding of how pretty much everybody else thinks. This is why the sales funnel is broken down into 3 stages. It all leads to trust. No stage. Have you ever noticed that when you check out Facebook or go to a lot of other websites that certain ads keep showing up? You may be thinking to yourself, why is the company behind that ad blowing all that money to keep showing me the same ad over and over? Well, this is called the rule of 8. Marketing studies show that consumers would only click on an ad or take action on an offer once they have seen it at least 8 times. They have to be exposed to it for them to feel that they know it enough. This can take the form of an ad, a graphic, an article, or even a mention in an article. By that point, they reach a stage where they feel that, okay, maybe this brand is worth knowing. So they start looking at the ad more closely. They start reading the article with more attention. After this stage, they then subconsciously decide whether they like the brand or the offer enough, or they like the solution being offered. The like stage. In the like stage, you basically are thinking that the particular category of solutions offered by an ad is legit, but you're going to compare it with other solutions. For example, if you're in the market for a new car, your need is very basic. You're trying to get from point A to point B. But there are many different car manufacturers competing for your business. You make a decision by lining them all up and figuring out their advantages and disadvantages. At this stage, you start liking a specific solution after you've compared it with others. And usually, this is due to the fact that you've seen their ad several times. That's how they distinguish themselves from the competition. They don't run away from the competition. Great ads usually let you know that there's competition out there, but they offer something different. You like their specific take. Trust stage. Once you have decided that a certain approach or a certain range of solutions is the way to go compared to others, the next step is to trust the brand that got you there. And usually, this happens quite naturally. It just clicks. This is actually the easiest part because it's almost automatic. Once your messaging clears the know and like stage, the trust stage pretty much falls into place. Your Facebook Messenger chatbot messages must comply with all 3 stages. Otherwise, you're going to lose the sale. When the engagement with the prospect is at the no stage, you have to restrict your Messenger chatbot to set certain pieces of information that boost credibility as far as knowledgeability, competence, and authority go. On the like stage, the kind of messaging you send must be comparative in nature. In other words, you position your brand according to its strengths, and then you line that up with the weakest points of the competition. You kind of stack the comparison by showing them in the worst light and showing your strongest suit. And then finally, you get to the trust stage, and this is usually filled in or assumed by the prospect. The bottom line, you're not going to buy anything from people you don't trust. Thankfully, Facebook Messenger bot can help qualify general online traffic from Facebook into deeper and deeper levels of trust. Set up properly, your Facebook Messenger chatbot can turn an otherwise vaguely or mildly interested prospect base into one that is eager, ready, and willing to convert. How to create your own Facebook Messenger bot. Facebook has opened its Messenger architecture to developers. They basically laid out the different commands and different structures that Messenger bot developers could use to interact with Facebook's core messaging technology. Usually, this is done through an API system. If any of this sounds arcane to you, don't feel too bad. It sounds like Greek to most people. This is geek talk. This is highly technical stuff. At this stage, you really have 3 options when it comes to creating your own Facebook Messenger bot. Option number 1, hire someone to do it for you. When you hire somebody to build you a Facebook Messenger chatbot, you're hiring somebody who is very familiar with Facebook's developer notes, developer specifications, and protocols for its Facebook Messenger application. This is a person who has spent time figuring things out or who has probably come up with several chatbots in the past. The person definitely has the experience to do it quickly and efficiently. This is a great option to take if you have fancy features for your Facebook Messenger chatbot. For example, if you are looking to automate Messenger interaction after somebody clicks on an ad, you probably would need JSON integration. In other words, when you click on an ad and Messenger opens up, JSON would pull up some of your user data and then use it to populate key parts of the chat interaction. It's as if Facebook Messenger chatbot got into your prospect's head. It's really amazing stuff. After seeing some JSON implementations, the only thing I can think about was, how did they do that? It's as if Facebook Chat is reading your prospect's mind. As quick, powerful, and creative as custom Facebook Messenger chatbot development may be, it is also very expensive. Usually, the fancier the chatbot and the more robust its features, the more dollars you should expect to pay. Well, if you're on a tight budget, or you run a small business with a modest budget, don't give up. You still have two other options. Option number 2, try to do it yourself using Facebook's default response system. You don't have to be a programming genius to make Facebook Messenger's chatbot system work for you. Facebook does allow an automated response system for its Facebook pages. You have to turn on the feature, and then you have to get permission from Facebook. This is not automatic. The good news is, though, is that this is already built in, and you would just plug in the scripts yourself. This cuts down on cost. This also gives you a tremendous opportunity to learn the ins and outs of Facebook's default response messenger system. You're basically turning it into your own response bot. The downside should be obvious. This option doesn't really unlock the full range of capabilities that Facebook Messenger automation brings to the table. It just gives you the very basic. In fact, it can be quite clunky, especially if you don't really know what you're doing and you just put in basic questions and answers. A lot of the questions may not be on point. Another disadvantage is that it can take quite a while. Everybody has different learning curves, and if you're trying to come up with something that looks professional, it can take quite a while. Finally, if you drop the ball or the interactions are not as professional as your prospects would expect, your brand may suffer. This is always a possibility. And it may well turn out that the problems it may cause might outweigh whatever benefits and savings you get. Option number 3, use the ManyChat platform. I'm using the ManyChat Facebook Messenger bot automation system as my main example. There are other companies out there offering their own platforms that simplify the Facebook Messenger chatbot creation system. The reason why I'm focusing on ManyChat is that it is the most well-known and the most experienced. They've been around the block for quite a while. They have come up with a very robust and scalable solution. The great thing about this platform is that it is very easy to use. You don't have to be some sort of coding or programming genius. You don't have to know Facebook like the back of your hand. It has a scalable learning curve. Also, its chatbot creation system is very intuitive. It's almost linear. It's easy to figure out, and it's easy to string a series of responses based on certain conditions together. I can't say the same with other platforms out there because most of the other platforms out there are built for programmers or coders. Finally, the ManyChat platform has been used by many small businesses and small to medium-scale online publishers. This means that their platform is tried and proven in terms of its ability to produce bots that deliver the results their client base needs. Also, another great thing about this platform is that it was designed from the ground up to help anybody, regardless of their technical skills and regardless of their primary language. Building Facebook Messenger chatbots using ManyChat is quick and easy. It even has templates you could use. The secret sauce to ManyChat is the fact that it has fine-tuned some features that it knows users deploy to recruit new customers. It gives you a wide range of tools so you can attract visitors to your Facebook Messenger, and it gives you tools to possibly convert that person into a buyer. How to drive more people to your Facebook Messenger chatbot. At this point, I'm assuming that you're using a platform, or you've created your own chatbot, or you've hired somebody to make one for you. The question then becomes, now that you have this tool, how do you maximize its value? The name of the game here is to drive the maximum amount of qualified people to your Facebook Messenger chatbot. Here are just some of the most common ways brands do it, both on Facebook and outside of Facebook. Add your chatbot link to your Facebook page. The most obvious way you can promote your Facebook Messenger chatbot is to simply link to it on your page. No big mystery. You should be doing this by default. When prospects click on the chat icon, your bot sends a pre-written message. This opens the discussion, and then you can follow up after 24 hours. The prospect can then send other messages, and then this triggers yet another response from you. You have to use decision trees to filter the input from your customers. It's kind of like making a phone call for customer service. You probably have done this. When you dial the main number, they would tell you, for billing, push 1, for technical support, push 2. And then once you push that number, there's another menu, and then another menu after that. You can do the same with your Facebook Messenger chatbot so the customer gets the specific information they need. Tie your chatbot link to your Facebook ads. Turbocharge your results by getting people who click on your Facebook ads to open up their Facebook Messenger. This is really powerful stuff because if you hire a programmer to use JSON integration, the chatbot interaction is not going to sound automatic and impersonal. Instead, JSON would pull data from the account of the prospect so the prospect would feel more at ease with your brand and get the impression that your brand totally understands them. This opens up their mind and increases the likelihood of becoming a subscriber to your mailing list or actually converting on your offers and becoming a buyer. Embed chatbot widgets into your web page. This is one of the most powerful ways to drive traffic to your Facebook Messenger. Depending on your budget and how much time you have, Facebook page and group marketing, and to a lesser extent, Facebook comment marketing, can only take you so far. There is, after all, a much bigger internet out there outside of Facebook. When you embed your chatbot widget into your web page, you have a wider range of options to push people to engage with you through Facebook Messenger. You can create an overlay. This is controversial because it can get quite annoying quickly. Have you ever gone to a web page where you simply can't do anything unless you click an I accept button, or worse yet, you enter your email address into a form? Those can get quite counterproductive. People might think that your brand is some sort of scam brand because you're basically twisting people's arms to engage with you. After all, they went to your webpage because they want to read your content. They're not exactly there to sign up for your mailing list or chat with you. Less intrusive options include putting up a chat box or a button that triggers the Facebook Messenger app. Messenger Referral URL. In addition to the widget and code that you can use on your webpage, Facebook Messenger also gives you a universal messenger referral URL. You can put this on your website, and you can put this on other people's websites. For example, if you have an account at Quora, the question and answer platform, people might want to reach out to you directly. So you could say in your answers on Quora, if you have any other questions or concerns, click on my profile and get a hold of me via Facebook Messenger. This is actually one of the most powerful ways to market on Quora. You're doing it in a non-intrusive way. It's not like you're slapping people on the face and spamming them with your website URL. And if you keep doing that, you probably will get banned. On the other hand, when you say to people, I hope my answer addressed your questions. If you have any other concerns or other questions, please feel free to click on my profile and get a hold of me via Facebook Messenger. That is less intrusive. It also builds on the value of the content you shared. In other words, if and only if people feel that what you shared is valuable, would they go through the time and bother of reaching out to you through Facebook Messenger? Do you see how powerful that is? Because chances are, the people that will try to get a hold of you from Twitter, Pinterest, Quora, Reddit, or wherever else are actually interested in what you're talking about. These are people who obviously think you're credible and authoritative enough to be worth reaching out to. Facebook comments on your page. This is the most common way many chat users use Facebook Messenger chatbots. When users reply to your post, they get added to your Messenger subscriber list. They also get sent an automated message. If they respond, they get another automated message, and on it goes. There are certain limitations to this. It's obvious that people can abuse this for spamming purposes. There are limits that Facebook puts on how rapid your bot can respond, depending on what the prospect does. Take full advantage of the features above so you can maximize the results you get with your Facebook Messenger chatbot. Messaging automation on Facebook produces a tremendous amount of opportunities, but you also have to be very responsible. You can't just use ManyChat and tweak it in such a way as to spam. Bad move. Remember, if in doubt, look to build a brand. That's how you build up a business that can withstand the test of time. The 10 main reasons why you should use Facebook Messenger bot marketing. If you're still not convinced why you should buy a Facebook Messenger bot or subscribe to a platform to take advantage of this technology, here are 10 quick reasons why you should do so. Reason number 1, you can qualify your traffic. When people ask questions, you can use these questions to filter people based on their probability of buying something. You can also conduct your messaging affairs on Facebook in a more targeted way because you know at the end of the day, you're trying to drive them to your Facebook Messenger chatbot. Reason number 2, you can subscribe from a wide range of Facebook sub-features. By simply calling people to action to check your profile, you can instantly subscribe people from many different places on Facebook. You can also subscribe people from many places outside of Facebook. How? Well, you can link directly to your business's Facebook Messenger URL, and when they get to your Facebook Messenger, your chatbot kicks in and automates the engagement. Reason number 3, you can pair Facebook Messenger marketing with the classic online sales funnel. Since you know that your prospects will be reaching out to you, you can then set up different conditions for your Facebook chatbot. If the prospect says certain words, the bot sends out a specific message. You can then chart all of this and optimize it until it leads to more conversions or a much happier customer. Reason number 4, Facebook Messenger chatbots are automated and cheap. The great thing about using a chatbot is you don't have to hire somebody in America, India, or the Philippines. The software does all this automatically. Basically, it acts as an intake disk. And then, based on the responses of the prospect, they will then get more specific messages. This drops your customer support and sales support costs dramatically. Also, unlike human beings who get sick, tired, or want to form a union, software runs 24/7 without complaint. The bottom line is you can set up an automated conversion system and make money while you sleep. Reason number 5, less spammy than other methods. This is my favorite reason, to be honest. Facebook Messenger is inbound. The engagement doesn't happen when you send out a bot and it grabs somebody and you talk to them. No. You basically wait until somebody tells you and then you send them a message +1 after 24 hours. This means that the customer takes the lead. They don't feel that they are put upon. They don't feel that you are invading their space. You then craft the interaction so that it's built around their needs and you have yourself a golden sales opportunity. Reason number 6, Facebook Messenger has an 80% open rate. Imagine that, an 80% open rate. Compare that with a much lower open rate for email and a much lower click rate for search engine traffic. There's no comparison. Interestingly enough, given how immediate Messenger traffic is, it can lead to much better results compared to email. Email is already eating search engine traffic for lunch year after year. If you set up your Facebook Messenger chatbot into actions correctly, your conversion rate might even blow email conversions out of the water. Reason number 7, Facebook Messenger enables you to create automated conversations you can fine-tune. The great thing about the conversations you get with your customers on Facebook Messenger is you build up a database. You can look for certain words that keep coming up again and again, and you can fine-tune the answers that you give out immediately. At first, your chatbot is probably going to be a little bit clunky because it can't anticipate all questions. But once you see the patterns and you connect the dots, you come up with better scripts, and this leads to happier customers. Eventually, you can automate all of this using big data analysis. Reason number 8, responsiveness helps you build a solid online brand. Make no mistake, if you're trying to make money on the internet, you're in for a tough fight. You have other competitors out there, and they're doing all sorts of things and saying all sorts of things to build a solid brand. But at the end of the day, if they take forever to answer inquiries and you are able to give prospects the answers they need, your brand comes out on top. This initial interaction may not lead to a sale, but since you establish yourself as something more credible and more helpful, you can bet that this positions you for future potential sales. You end up getting a competitive advantage, and you may leave your competitors behind. Reason number 9, you can share content that can go viral on Facebook Messenger. Please understand that you can use Facebook Messenger chatbots not just to send answers to certain questions your prospects have. They can reach out to your messenger and you can send them an article or a blog post you produced. This can serve as resources. They might like it so much that they might share it on their Facebook wall. This is actually a form of guerrilla marketing or a backdoor avenue for free Facebook traffic. The more they share, the more likely your content would go viral. Reason number 10, your competitors haven't fully gotten on the Facebook Messenger bandwagon. Facebook Messenger chatbots are relatively new, It's only been in the past 2 years that Facebook opened up their platform. Currently, this is virgin territory. It's not saturated yet. But guess what? Competition's beginning to pile up. As of now, there's already 300,000 chatbots. Expect that number to reach into the millions sooner rather than later. Given the tremendous amount of people on Facebook, this is a tremendous opportunity. Take this opportunity. Take this training. Use the resource and cheat sheet included in this training so you can get the Facebook marketing competitive advantage you've been looking for. Conclusion. I've given you the inside scoop on the amazing opportunities Facebook chatbot marketing presents. Now is not the time to give in to analysis paralysis. I'm sure this has happened to you because it happens to a lot of people. Analysis paralysis is when you basically refuse to make a decision because you feel that you need to get all the information you need regarding a particular choice. What you're doing is you're simply just buying time. You're just basically covering for your reluctance. Sadly, there is no one piece of information that would finally and fully resolve all issues of risk. Anything worth doing in this life carries a risk. There's no such thing as a guaranteed slam dunk. You can minimize your risk and manage it through insurance as well as with adequate research and diligence, but research can only go so far. At some point, you have to give yourself permission to decide with finality. Either you're going to do it or you're not going to do it. That's the bottom line. To paraphrase Yoda from Star Wars, you either do or you don't. There's no such thing as try. And unfortunately, when you're in analysis paralysis mode, you're just trying to get all the information. You're trying to contain all the risks. You're trying to figure everything out with maximum certainty. That's not going to happen. You have to decide whether you're going to do this. And if you do decide to do it, go all the way. I'm not talking about spending thousands of dollars on custom chatbots, but go all the way in terms of knowing what you need to know, optimizing your results, and eventually getting the results that you're looking for. I wish you nothing but the greatest success with Facebook Messenger chatbot marketing.